What's going on, YouTube? It's Caitlin Foray here with another video. Now, this one is just a talking video because my voice is really tired. I was at a admissions thing. I had a choir concert last night and I probably won't sing tonight. But this is a topic that's been on my mind all day for like 2 days. And that topic is anime. More importantly, Pokemon. To be more specific, the topic of this video is Pokemon. Now, before I start my discussions and looking at my notes and stuff, I just want to say happy anniversary, Pokemon. Happy 20 wonderful years. I am a huge fan. I've always been a fan, and I will continue to be a fan until they stop selling Pokemon stuff. Now, in honor of Pokemon's 20th anniversary, I got my Pikachu slippers on today. So, I'll put that back on in a minute. But, so this topic is, by now, it's been on everybody's mind. The topic is on Pokemon. More specifically, the new Pokemon games. Now, there have been speculation, after theory, after leak, about what the new game's going to be. I've heard Pokemon Plus and Minus, Dawn and something else, Dawn and Eclipse, I think, not Black and White 2, X and Y 2, Pokemon Rainbow, Pokemon Z. But it has now been confirmed that the new Pokemon games are going to be Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Now, I am way excited for the release of the new Pokemon games. I am super excited, but that's not why I'm making this video. The reason I'm making this video is for the simple reason that I'm confused. Now, apart from Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon being confirmed, they say that they're still going to make a Pokemon Z, but now I've also heard about a special 20th anniversary Pokemon game called Pokemon Rainbow. But they're saying that Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon are under the code name Project Rainbow. So I don't know what that's about. The only video I could find was in Spanish, so it did not help. If you have not seen the logos for the new Pokemon games yet, that's what they look like. Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Now, sorry, I'm using my other videotaping device while I use my phone. So, what I'm confused is they're saying that they're going to make, along with Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, there's speculation that they're going to make another game called Pokemon Z, which would be the follow-up to Pokemon X and Y. Now, they say that there's been rumors that Pokemon X and Pokemon Sun and Moon are going to take place also in Kalos. But I highly doubt that, since Kalos was based on something else, and they say that the new Pokemon games are going to... The new region of the new Pokemon games are going to be based on Hawaii from the strange souvenir that you get in Pokemon X and Y. So, my confusion is, are they still going to make a Pokemon Z? Are they going to make a Pokemon... I've heard that they're going to make a Pokemon Yellow remake, and my hopes for that game would be, besides better graphics, your Pokemon following you around, but I'll get into that maybe later if I have time. So, if somebody could help me, that'd be great. I still am hoping for a Pokemon Z along with Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, but that's highly unlikely. And Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes I've also heard about, that's highly unlikely. It's either far in the future, if at all. Now, let me look at my notes here. Now, going back to Pokemon X and Y, there is this train station in Kalos, in Kuraway Town. That train station is completely and utterly useless. I personally would like to see it connect some way to the new games, but I doubt that highly. But if somebody could help me, because looking up speculations and fan theories and stuff on YouTube is completely pointless and just time wasting. If anybody could find anything from Nintendo about the official date, or if they're working on it, anything that says Nintendo or the Pokemon Company about Pokemon Z would be great. Because I've seen so much concept art and everything that it's highly likely that it will happen. Now, on to my, again, help would be appreciated. Now, on to my hopes for the new Pokemon games. If you've seen the trailer for the new Pokemon games, then you saw a couple screenshots of a lot of vehicles. And in one screenshot specifically, there is what appears to be trainers driving a truck and having their Pokemon in the back. So is this region going to be so huge and so vast that we have to drive in certain places? That would be pretty cool. Although, considering Pokemon are usually 10-year-old trainers in the game, in the series, I doubt that highly. Now, on to my hopes for the new game. I'm hoping for the train station in Kuraway Town to have something to do with the new games, because if it didn't have a use in the future, they would not put it in the games. That's one of my hopes for the new game. Let me look at my notes here. Okay, so if you've played Pokemon X and Y, then I also would love new character customizations in the new games. New clothes would be great. Maybe add some costumes or be able to sneak into the bad guy's hideout dressed as that bad guy and infiltrate from the inside. I think that was in a previous game, but I'm not sure. And then remember in the earlier game, I think it was Black and White 2, Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, or else it was Pokemon Black 2 and Pokemon White 2. You could go to a theater and make movies with your Pokemon as like a hero, and then there's another in-game actor that made the video with you. I thought that was pretty neat. And seeing that in the new graphics would be awesome. And also Pokemon contests would be awesome. Another thing I would personally like to see would be new Mega Evolutions. I think more fairy types also would be great. Maybe new fairy types with some Mega Evolutions. Like, maybe a Mega Evolution for Azumarill or something. Like, give those fairy types some evolutions. I'd also would personally like to see more female involvement in the games. I'd like to also see maybe you could help out Nurse Joy with a quest with your Pokemon, or help out Officer Jenny with for a quest with your Pokemon. I also think, okay, so on to the bad guys for a minute. This is talking about the legendaries and the bad guys and how they connect together. Now, talking about how, I know I'll probably get some flack and some fire for this, but I also personally don't think that you should be able to catch legendary Pokemon. Legendary Pokemon have like a purpose, like time and space and balance and everything. And if you're taking that Pokemon and catching it, it kind of like defeats the purpose, because it can't do its job if you have it sitting in your PC doing nothing. So this is another note I have. I got a good idea about how about the bad guy team that's in every game tries to control the legendary Pokemon to make evil or take its power for their purpose. But as the trainer you stop them and save and befriend the Pokemon but not capture it. Let it still do its job and everything, and it becomes your friend or gives you a special item or both. And maybe if it's a flying legendary, it will if it's a flying legendary, it will take you to soar over the region that you're in, like they did in Oraz. And it can go on an adventure with you and befriend you and be at your call maybe for trouble, but it's not your Pokemon, so it can still do its job. Personally, I think you should still be able to react and be friends with the legendaries, but not capture them in your PC and put them in your PC so they can still do their jobs. Just my thought. Okay. Now, again, fellow anime fans, this is another thing I have. So, what I started talking about at the beginning of the video, this is going on with that. This is something I put on Facebook a little while back, so I'll just read this to y'all. So, I've been hearing a lot about the new game that might be coming out soon called Pokemon Z. And all the YouTube users that are fans of Pokemon and have channels about Pokemon say that Pokemon Z is going to be the next game. However, I read an article today and couldn't watch the video because it was in Spanish, and that didn't help. But anyways, I read an article about the next game actually not being Pokemon Z, but being Pokemon Rainbow. They say it's going to be a special anniversary game featuring all the Pokemon or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to reread it, but I'm pretty sure that the next game is going to be Pokemon Z. Does that mean they're still going to make one and release it later, or not make one at all, or are they changing the title to Pokemon Rainbow? Or is it another game entirely? I know that Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon have been confirmed, that much we know for sure, but there has been speculation that along with Pokemon Sun and Moon, that there was going to be another game released this year earlier in that year than the other two. But I heard a lot about it being Pokemon Z, but now they're saying it might be Pokemon Rainbow. Somebody please help me. Now, I'm going to stop you there. I put this out right when I found out that Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon had been confirmed. I was way beyond confused. I'm still beyond confused now. But they say that the new games are going to be Pokemon Sun and Moon. But there was also going to be one along with it called Pokemon Z. But that's doubtful. And here's a statement that one of a fellow anime fan gave to me that they found on a website. It says, Pokemon is possibly only second to the Mario series, is one of Nintendo's top-selling franchises for the past nearly 20 years. With this marketing Pokemon's 20th anniversary, to celebrate this anniversary, the developers, Game Freak, were set to release the title of Pokemon Z to the masses, or at least announce a little more about the title. To make this news all more incredible, it was the fact that the devs were set to release Pokemon Go around the same time, Pokemon's answer to VR. But with the news of Pokemon Z being quite limited, despite the suspected release date looming, it should come that no surprise that the game won't be coming out this year, or most likely, or even at all. So, to summarize, basically, I personally, whether it's this year or next year, but I really, really would love to see a Pokemon Z. And I just made this video mostly to ramble. But here's something else. I said, when they told me that, this user told me that it's doubtful, I said, it's alright, I kind of knew it was speculation because there was no set release date. I don't think, but I believe that everything is speculation until I have proof from Nintendo. Besides, I also saw rumors about a Pokemon Dawn and Pokemon Eclipse or something like that, and a Pokemon Plus and Pokemon Minus, and a Pokemon remake of Diamond and Pearl. So I know that everything is speculation until I have proof from the Pokemon Company and from Nintendo. So basically, to summarize, is there going to be a Pokemon Z? Is there going to be a Pokemon Rainbow? What's going to be the next Pokemon thing they released this year besides Pokemon Sun and Moon? Is there going to be a new Pokemon game for Wii? Because I just don't know. And I don't know when I'm going to release a new singing video. I've been really busy lately, and trying to find songs for my vocal range has been really, really hard because I've done all my favorite ones, but I will get back with y'all soon. And thanks for listening to me ramble for almost 16 minutes. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.